Hello, 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 hello. Happy Tuesday. I was like, happy Monday. Wow, does it feel like a Monday? Am I right? Goodness gracious. We had an amazing get together yesterday. We ended up hosting a Memorial Day party for our small group members, and it was just absolutely wonderful. It was so much fun. What I made pulled pork from my butcher box, and oh my gosh, everybody loved it. It turned out so good. So if you ever try butcher box, get the pork butt. I got the bone in pork butt. I'm pretty sure is what it's called, and it falls off the bone. It was 4.5 hours in the oven, but it fell off the bone, and I was able to clear it all by myself, all by my lonesome with my weak hands. I was the one who was able to clear the bone perfectly. It was so good. But I was so tired last night, and to top it off, Aunt Flo, it feels like she's about to come a couple of days early based on all of the information my body is giving me, and so I am tired. I'm tired, but I'm here because I this was not a planned video. So the timing just ended up to be really, really good because I never actually completed the video I wanted to complete and upload today, which was fine. I was like, you know what? It's a holiday week. It's fine. It doesn't matter. But then as I was preparing other things to get them ready to film tomorrow, I realized that there was an opportunity to have another video that I wasn't originally planning on. And it was this. A lot of things have been going through my head lately about summer specifically. And the reason that I'm like, "Oh, this is different. This is something newer and exciting," is it's not time in the goal setting process, technically speaking, for a quarterly goals refresh, right? We just did one in April, at the beginning of April. So we have all of April, May, and June. So technically, the quarterly goals refresh happens at the end of June. But I'm sitting here in this summertime mindset, right? We celebrate summer. We celebrate summer. We declare that the summer season is Memorial Day to Labor Day in the United States, right? It's like that's even though that's not calendar wise the season of summer, socially that is considered the season of summer, Memorial Day to Labor Day. And guess what was yesterday? Memorial Day. So the official summer season is here, even though summer doesn't officially start on the calendar until June 21st. So I'm in that summertime mindset. And with that makes me go, well, summertime is kind of its own quarter in length. Like it's its own thing, right? It's June, July, and August. And then when you get September, you get back into school mode, and that's a whole separate season, right? So in my brain, I'm sitting there like longing for a quarterly goals refresh that's specifically summertime. And for a second, I was like, well, that's silly because you just have to do a quarterly goals refresh next month. And then I was like, Brianna, you can do whatever the heck you want. You can literally do whatever you want. There are no rules here. And so I dug through my old power sheet stuff and I found a blank quarterly goals or goals at a glance. And I wrote down quarterly goals for summer for June, July, and August. And they're kind of they're here's a sneaky. Here's a sneaky, even though the camera's not focusing, and I think they're backwards. Are these backwards to you guys? Are they live streaming backwards or do they flip for you? Either way, it doesn't matter. So, what I have here and what I want to share with you, with as much verbal clarity as I can come up with, given my current mental and hormonal state, I want to tell you about these and a little bit about why, because a lot of these are going to be dictating my content, especially in the month of June, as I'm messing around. They are correct. Oh, interesting. And also, hello. But okay, good to know because even on my screen, they're not correct. As I'm looking at my computer, they're not translating correctly. And then I busted out a fun list, and I thought it could be fun, huh? To write some things down. And like, I've had these fun lists. These are also from Cultivate What Matters. Let me be clear. These are the old wildcard sets, not the most recent set. The recent set, not worth your money. It's like they just printed them off on a black and white printer and cut them down to size, and they're not cool and they're not pretty. These ones are pretty. These are the old ones. So don't go to their website looking for these. You won't find them. But I thought it'd be fun to share kind of my fun list and give you guys the opportunity to also suggest things for my fun list and then actually spend the summer doing the things on the fun list. I know, novel idea, right? Like actually doing the things you write down. Fascinating. I know. Might be in and out listening while washing dishes. No problem. Um, so let's talk about my goals for summer. These are both kind of goals in an official and unofficial sense, because they're more like intentions, really, mindsets, things of that nature. Like they're not like complete this thing. I don't have anything like that on here. All of these are all of these, with the exception of maybe one, all of these are very blanket statements, very vague, and technically speaking, not achievable in the sense that I can go check mark, this is done. These are all mindset shifts that I specifically want to have starting up this summer with some very strong reasonings behind them. And that's why I was like, you know what, this is my summer. We recently had a conversation in my Patreon. We twice a month, my Patreon members get together and we have a chat, or at the end of the month, we have a goal setting specific chat. And I was really at a loss about what to share or what to set for goals for the month of June. And the group that showed up actually really talked me through some things and kind of shed some light on things that they know about me because they've been following me for a really, really long time. That they're like, you don't like to stick to things for a really extended period of time. You like to change things up. You like to blah, 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 blah. And so this conversation really kind of brought to light that like summertime is a great time for me to just kind of switch things up, release all expectations, and do something completely new. And so because I'm somebody who like I like to hold on to like what I think is right, and then I often once I get permission from somebody on the outside, hello, obliger, I'm much more willing to embrace the concept that I could have honestly come up with on my own, but wouldn't be willing to accept. So after that conversation, I really got to thinking about what I want summer to look like, having no expectations of like, well, this is what plan I'm previously doing, what workouts I've been doing, what this I've been doing, what that I've been doing. Just let it all go and do something completely different. You have the freedom to change things up. And so I'm really leaning into that this summer. And quite frankly, I don't have complete and total clarity over what that looks like yet. But between that conversation that I had last week and the sermon that I listened to this past Sunday, which was very convicting, and um, I don't know that of like all the people that listened to this sermon, I may or may not be the only one that came up with this specific takeaway from this sermon. But everybody is meant to hear things out of our pastor's mouths for a specific reason. And so I heard this, felt really convicted about it. And if you saw my Instagram post today, you already know a little bit about it. But it again got me thinking about these things. So, what are my 8 goals, mindsets, intentions for summer 2023? I am way into summer right now. I'm just like, give me all the summer feelings, all the country music, all of the soaking up the sun, the hot skin, the slightly sweatiness, the tank tops. I'm here for all of it. Um, Number one, I wrote down is diet mindset, but not in the way that you might think. My Yes, releasing of all the diet mindsets, which is stuff that I'm constantly working on and I'm constantly teaching in my coaching programs. Yes, but changing it from from a perspective of why exactly are you doing this? And for me, when I say you, I mean me, right? And this is the part that convicted me about this sermon. The sermon started talking about idols in our life. And biblically speaking, you are not supposed to have idols. Thou shalt have no other God before me is one of the 10 commandments, right? And so, when you think of idols, you think like jobs, money, this like all of the big things, the big metaphorical golden calves, right? And I didn't go to church on Sunday. I sat and did it virtually. My husband had to serve at church, so he was out of the house super early. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to stay home and get the house ready for our get together and just listen to the sermon at home. So I was sitting on the floor playing with Gracie when he started preaching about these idols and identifying the idols that are in your life. And he asked a couple of questions to kind of prompt like what feelings come up for you? What's the thing that pops into your mind? And the thing that popped into my mind as the thing that was an idol was food, my diet, the desire to lose weight, wanting to see the number go lower on the scale, finding the success that I desire on this diet. Like these are the things that drive me, results or no results, right? Even if the scale doesn't go down in the way that I've been clawing at it over the years, like it dawned on me that, like, maybe there's a reason that I'm clawing at this so much. Maybe there's a reason that I keep trying and it's not being attainable to me. Maybe there's a lesson that I need to learn here. And in that moment, I felt so convicted about, like, holy moly, is this my idol? Is this my golden calf? Is the perspective and the mind behind the why I'm doing this my idol? And if so, what am I gonna do about it? Because here's the thing, you don't necessarily I don't have to let, like, healthy living or anything or dieting go, that's not what I'm saying at all, but there's definitely something about the heart and the mindset behind it. And so today, I woke up still with this on my mind, right? So it's 48 hours later, this is still on my mind. So I actually, like, searched. I went over to Daily Grace Co.'s website because they have very topic specific, um Bible studies available. And I was like, I wonder if they have one on like health or wellness or something that I have not seen. And so I searched for it. And while a product didn't show up, blog posts did, which were actually just podcast episodes. I didn't even know they had a podcast. And so I ran through their podcast episodes and downloaded all of the ones that I thought would be relevant to the stuff that I'm trying to work through right now. And I listened to two of the episodes today. And it was very helpful and very insightful. And it was a very good conversation about the relationship of health and wellness and exercise and fueling your body well and all of those things, alongside like the biblical appropriateness behind it. And whereas like our bodies are in fact, gifts from God and temples, and our bodies are meant to glorify God, and our bodies are meant to be used by God. Therefore, we need to have appropriate health and we need to treat our bodies well because they are gifts and all of these things, right? So the the having the desire to be my healthiest self, my most energized self. Sorry, I'm stumbling over words. It's just that time of month. Bear with me because this is completely unscripted. Um, Having all of that, as long as your heart is right, it's fine to have that desire. It's fine to want to lose weight so you can be your best self, your most vibrant self, so you can do what you're set on earth to do, things like that. But when the mindset and when the heart isn't in the right place, you got to check yourself. And I've felt really convicted about that these last 48 hours. So that's what I mean by the diet mindset, diving into kind of this switch of, am I doing this for the right reasons? How can I make sure that I am doing it for the right reasons? How can I embrace exercise not as a means to more steps, not as a means to burning more calories, but as a means to honor God, as a means to release the endorphins and help with my mood so I can be a better person. Like all of those things. All of those things. And so I don't know if that's making any sense at all, but that's what I mean behind the diet mindset goal, intention, mindset for summer. Um, the healthiest foods are the ones I can almost picture God saying, "Here, I made this just for you." I know, right? And that's why when you think about things like the Daniel plan is taking the stuff that God made and eating that diet, right? And it makes so much sense. But absolutely, think of the Garden of Eden. When you think of the Garden of Eden, what do you see? What do you see in the Garden of Eden? I guarantee you it's not boxes of cereals and ho-hos and ho-hos. Did I just date myself, y'all? And you get what I mean? Like all of those processed, like it's not boxes of stuff you find in the grocery store. When you see the Garden of Eden, you see flowers, you see trees full of fruit, you see vegetable gardens, right? Um, so it's a really good point, Lissa. Rosemary, hello. That changed my perspective on eating things like fruit and veggies. Yes, one of my actual goals, and you'll hear this in my actual goals video that will go up later this week, is to eat 5+ servings of produce a day. And I'll go back and forth with that. But after finishing the How Not to Diet book, I'm really again feeling convicted to that, spend most of my calories on fruits and vegetables and things of the earth, right? So produce is coming back in full glory, which is great because summertime, like I literally have this thing that I was sent of like a whole graph of the year and highlights as to what fruits and vegetables are in season during what months. And I literally looked at it just the other day and I'm just glancing. My husband's like, "What are you looking at?" And I was like, "Praise God, we're finally in the month where there's a substantial amount of produce that appears to be in season again." you know? There's nothing wrong with wanting to diet, but it depends, and I'm coming at this from a biblical perspective. Keep that in mind. And sometimes it can be I'm feeling pulled to a mindset of, am I doing it for the right reasons? And there might be a reason that like sometimes I'm struggling with things like this because if I'm not doing it for the right reasons, like it's a whole thing that I'm currently working through. So there's nothing wrong with wanting to diet, but why are you doing it? Sometimes the intention behind it can be less than ideal. So that flips right into goal number two, actually, which is honor my body. And honor my body means a lot of things. You've heard the phrase before, like honoring your body with movement. And it's a phrase that like I forget, but like if you think about when you wake up with the intention to honor your body every day, what does that make you want to do? Does it make you want to sit on the couch all day, eating bonbons, as my husband likes to say? No, no, it doesn't. Honoring your body, at least for me, honoring your body means making sure you get adequate rest, making sure that you are fueling your body properly, making sure you are honoring your body with movement. And especially for me, that feels particularly poignant because as a disabled human being, the fact that I can still move some days feels like a miracle from God Himself. So I would honor not just myself and my body, but glorify God in the fact that I participate in movement because look at what I can do because of His grace. Um, this is becoming a very biblical conversation, but that's where my head is today. So that's what we're going with. And also, one of the things I want to work on, I don't know if you saw my Healthy Girl Summer Instagram post that I posted yesterday, but working on like body confidence and body image and all of that stuff too, is I lumped it into the honor my body intention where I'm really leaning into embracing more of a body confidence and loving my body and coming from a place of love for my body versus a place of, oh, I got to change this about my body. Right in my journal this morning, I prayed it out in writing, and I was like, I have to remember, like I'm enough. You don't care how much I weigh. You just care that I'm doing right by your gift. You don't care about, like I'm already worthy. I'm already enough. I'm already loved. I'm already all of these things. I need to let go of being the person to condemn myself for my extra couple of pounds. Like, this is where my head is at, y'all. I may be adding more fruit into my diet. Total fruits and vegetable servings are good, but I feel like I don't need enough fruit specifically. Fruit is delightful. I feel like fruit gets the shaft sometimes because when we think of the low calorie, the healthy, the stuff we have to eat, the answer is always vegetables, right? But we forget that fruit is so freaking good. So freaking good. And here's the thing, not a lot of it is in season until summertime. So 'tis the season. It is literally the beginning of the season of fruit. So enjoy because like just thinking about it is making me so stinking excited. There's peaches, there's good apples are coming. The strawberries, I bought a thing of strawberries the other day. I'm like, look, this is the most beautiful batch of strawberries I've purchased in months. And fruit is very, very exciting and it's delicious. Mm, spend the calories on fruit. Worth it because on the flip side, like if you convert things over to fruit, and I'm not saying don't have the candy bar, I'm not saying don't have the dessert, I'm the queen of dessert, right? But there are some nights where I prefer a bowl of berries or a bowl of watermelon over a dense dessert. And so, like, I can have that. I can spend as many calories on fruit as I want, and I'm still probably going to clock in under what I would have spent on a brownie or something, right? An entire pound of watermelon is 140 calories, y'all. An entire pound of watermelon. So for perspective. But anyway, honor my body is intention number two. Intention number three is to have fun. Have fun. We've started like this has been an ongoing thing, but like we finally started like we had friends over yesterday. It was our small group and we had a blast and we talked. There was always stuff to talk about and we just it was so great after everyone left. I'm like, I am tired, but man, that was a soul fulfilling get together. It was so nice just because it was like we have friends. We did things. My husband and I took my mom to our favorite little small town for ice cream and for dinner, and we're already getting excited about like trying out new breweries. Not for me. For me, what's in it for me is like if they have a seltzer or if they have a restaurant attached. I don't do beer, but my husband loves beer. So but it's still fun to, like, go and hang out at the place because it's a social hop-in scene, and it's something new and something local. I'm getting really into, like, supporting local lately. Like, we went to the Arboretum not too long ago, and there were big marketplace was up, and it was a bunch of local vendors, and I bought a body lotion and 2 pieces of jewelry from some random things just because 'cause they're so pretty, and they're just local artists, and I wanted to support them. And I don't care that I paid $15 for the lotion that I could have gotten for 6 at Target. It wouldn't smell as good and it wouldn't be nearly as clean ingredients. So, you know, um, but I just like summer makes me come alive. And with COVID the last couple of years and all of the things, we've felt a little bit restricted. And now I think we're finally like, okay, we need to go out, we need to do things. Let's go on the adventures. Let's do the things. Let's try the new restaurants. Let's go outside. Let's go to the arboretum. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's have fun. And I want to make sure that I lean into that in every aspect. Yes, leaving the house, but also making sure that I do that in the house too, like making time for the fun things instead of the mundane things. Um, I'm thinking about adding a banana to my morning routine. Bananas are game changers, man. I've had a banana every morning for the last 4 days as the fruit component of my breakfast, and I've been loving it. Supporting local business is so important. I agree. My next one is to say yes, which you can argue that it's this basically like the same thing as have fun, but maybe or maybe not. I recently listened to the audiobook. I don't know what took me so long. This book came out in like what 2017. Shonda Rhimes' The Year of Yes. I finally listened to it. It's an excellent audiobook. She does a great job narrating. Phenomenal story. And it really does like kind of make you want to go, well, how can I do my own year of yes? How can I start to say yes more and do the things that make me feel uncomfortable? So I want to do more of that. I want to do more of that. And then we have this right here. This one says embrace discipline, which kind of sounds counterintuitive to the letting go of the dieting mindsets and having fun. And maybe the saying yes to like it sounds counterintuitive, but this episode of the Daily Grace Co podcast that I listened to today. Really, like one of the sections in it about the body and whatever. I'm looking for a screenshot that I took so I wouldn't have to look it up on the Bible app. But it talked about the importance of discipline and how discipline is a very, very biblical thing. And two of the verses that really stood out to me was Hebrews 12:11. No discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful. Later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace. And then there was another one. Proverbs 10:17, whoever heeds discipline shows the way to life, but whoever ignores correction leads others astray. And Proverbs 12:1, whoever loves discipline loves knowledge, but whoever hates correction is stupid. And so it kind of got me convicted again to the disciplinary side of things. And again, it's fine to have discipline in your eating plan, your exercise, but are you doing it for the right reasons? Like those two things can play well together. And self-control, self-discipline is a fruit of the spirit. So you can ground your purpose for sticking to it to the desire to cultivate self-discipline, and that's actually a biblical practice. Um, so I want to embrace the discipline, and that starts with I want to start getting up earlier in the morning just to see how it goes because I've been letting myself sleep, and that hasn't been as fruitful as I wanted it to be. So I'm like, okay, if that doesn't work, let's flip and see if I can find something else that works. So just the discipline of setting my alarm for the right time, the discipline of not hitting snooze, like there are so many little disciplines, so many little places to start to continue to cultivate the habit of like, yes, I did the thing. Yes, I did the thing. I didn't want to do it, but I did the thing. That kind of, so I want to lean into that in different perspectives this season. Again, I don't know what all of this completely looks like yet. This is just the list that I came up with. Um, Goal number 6, intention number 6, release expectations. And this comes from, a lot of things. Releasing the expectations of like, as I continue to do work and create content, releasing the expectations of what that means. You can't control the outcome. You can only control the work you put in. Releasing expectations for the weight loss journey. I have a desire to see progress, but it is not up to me to dictate what that progress looks like and in what time. releasing the expectations, doing the work for the right reasons, but releasing the expectations of what that means and when, things of that nature, just things of that nature. And if anybody thinks of something to expand on that for me, feel free to comment down below if you're watching the replay or anything, and let me know what your thoughts on that are. Um, this could be kind of like the have fun, but I wanted to reiterate again: do things. It is so stinking easy for us being me and my husband. We have a routine of at night after he's done working, like he doesn't get done, he's not available, especially with hockey season. Thank God it's almost over. We just have the finals to get through. It's almost over. Um, but we sit down at 9 o'clock, watch TV for an hour and a half, and go to bed. And like that's what we do when we have free time on the weekends. We're like, do we want to squeeze in an episode? We need to get better about doing things. And I need to have the discipline to also decide to do things, whatever that means. Whatever things mean. I don't know what things mean. I have Lego sets that I need to build, and that for whatever reason, I always choose scroll my phone for half an hour instead of do one of my Lego sets. Like stupid little things, but doing things. And then, of course, saying yes to the opportunity to go to people's houses, making plans with other people, being the person that if no plans are coming to me, reach out and make the plans, do the things, be intentional about getting together with people, trying new things, going new places, and just doing things instead of being comfortable at home in my little bubble. And as an Enneagram 9, I am very comfortable at home in my little bubble. I am a homebody. I love to be here. I love to just like to if I could stay under a cozy blanket on the couch and watch Netflix all day, I would do it. But I know better. But like that's like that vibe is kind of what I strive for all the time. Like the blanket in the comfy corner of the couch. Um, and that's not doing things. That's letting things happen around you and not doing them. And I want to be better about doing things. So true. So much time gets eaten up with the end of scrolling on the phone. Um, I never gravitate towards them because they're 2 points on my plan. Eat the fruit. Just eat the fruit. Just do it. It's delicious. Um, and then my last intention for the summer seems obvious, but it's important, and that is to soak up the sun. Y'all, I feel so much better when I go outside, and like even like when there's a cute animal snuggling with you. It's true. When I go outside, yes, you get hot, you get sticky, but there's something rejuvenating. Like if the sun was out and it was freezing outside versus the sun was out and I get heat on my skin, I have two completely different reactions. I would rather be a little hot, sticky, and sweaty, but I feel like rejuvenated. Like I went on a 30-minute walk today and it wasn't even like right now it's 85. Like it got blazing hot here really, really quick. And so I managed to get outside while it was like 75. And I still came back hot and sticky, but oh my gosh, I felt so good. I felt so good. And so I just want to make sure I go soak up the sun. Yesterday, after everybody left and the temperature started to cool down, because hardy, we had people over starting at 1:30. People left by 5:30, 6:30. So by 7 o'clock, I was sitting out on my patio in the quiet, just soaking up the last of the most beautiful evening. And it was wonderful. Fruit always makes me feel bloated. I don't know why. That's very interesting. And I couldn't tell you why either, other than what does the rest of your diet look like? The only thing I can think of, and it's not like there's copious amounts, but there is fiber in fruit. And sometimes the fiber, if you are somebody who does not have a high fiber diet, and then your fruit day is not like let me eat a banana, it's let me go ham on the fruit, like it's an all or nothing type of mindset. It could be too much fiber. Which just means you need to allow your body to get used to that. You feed your gut microbiome, it adjusts, and you have to drink a lot of water to allow the fiber that you're not always used to flush out. That's the only logical thing I can think of without having like a medical degree in gut health or anything like of that nature. Um, but fruit is just it's so good. Eat all of the fresh things. Oh my so I'm so pleased, which is great because this whole like conviction to eat a whole bunch more produce comes at the time where all I want to do is eat all of the fresh things and drink all of the cold waters and things like that. So it works out really well for me. Um, But yeah, so soaking up the sun, I just want to make sure that I'm intentional about not uh ferreting away my summer because winter here is so cold and so long. But if I just, let summer get away from me, I will miss the time that I prefer to be outside. And so I want to be very intentional about getting out there and getting my vitamin D from the sun itself and making sure I'm out in nature. And whether I'm going for walks, wandering down to my pool, or just sitting on my patio, I don't care which one. It doesn't always have to be active in the sunshine, but I just need to make sure that I'm very intentional about getting out in the sun. Okay, it's already half an hour. The problem with me doing this live, right? So those are my intentions for summer. Think of these as like a quarterly goal refresh, but make it summer because next month there's actually going to be a quarterly goals refresh. It's fine. I can do whatever I want, right? Now, I've filled this out partially, but we have a fun list. A fun list is I try to make them every season. I never even complete making them, and then I certainly don't actually intentionally go through the list and go, "Hey, I need to do this thing," and check it off the list. Not once have I ever successfully done that. This summer, I plan to do that because it ties right into my desire to do things and to have fun. So we have a fun list, right? So I thought I would share the handful of things that I have on here. I want to add one more thing that I thought of. Go to ceramics place. All right. And this is just a list of fun things I would like to do this summer. So June, July, August place. This is the stuff that I would like to do. And this list is not complete. And I'm also open to other ideas. Eat outside at a restaurant. I love when we can eat outside at a restaurant. It just feels so, I don't know. I just love it. It just makes me so happy. Try the new brewery. There's a new brewery in town. It also comes with a restaurant that has some really, really good looking food. I was actually looking at their menu the other day, and it brought to my attention that an item on their menu is something I can actually make at home and make it my way, and it could be delicious and really fulfilling. And that is called cowboy caviar. Have y'all ever heard of cowboy caviar? It's essentially black beans, corn, like canned corn, and like pico, salsa, whatever you want, like stuff like that, all put in a pot like a salad. It's like a salad. Think like, like pasta salad or vegetable salad, whatever, but like cowboy style. And I was like, that's all really very how not to diet how Not to Diet is the book that I just finished. But it's all plant-based and beans and fiber. And I was like, "That sounds really, really good, actually." And if you kept it cold, like, how delicious would that be as a summer salad? Maybe with a little bit of, like, olive oil and some lime or something to, like, tie it all together? Sounds real good, doesn't it? I wanna make cowboy caviar. I don't know if that should be on my fun list or not, but that sounds delightful. The irony of a fun list for me is that as soon as I put it on the list, it's no longer fun and I don't wanna do it anymore. That's fair. I've just inspired you to do a list like this. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. So try the new brewery, which for me will probably mean order their cowboy caviar. Go to the farmer's market. I love going to farmers markets in the summer. We actually were really good. We went, I think, 4 times last year, and it was lovely. It was lovely. It's just something to do on a Saturday morning with my husband that gets us out of the house. We buy a little bit of fresh produce for the week from the local farmers market. We buy baked goods from the local farmers market. It's a good time. It's a good time. Attend at least one of the summer concert series. Our cities, like most cities, have a summer concert series where during the week, depending on the day, our old city used to do Fridays. Our city now does Thursdays. But they have like local bands and things like that. And it's a free concert series in the park. So you go outside, and our place has food trucks and stuff. And we went once last year. It was for the last one. I saw it when I was driving around, and I came home and I told my husband, "Hey, this thing is happening tonight. Do you wanna maybe end work early and we can go?" And he did, and we had a great time. It was just like 2 hours of our life. We had sandwiches from a food truck, and we sat and we listened to good music, and then we were outside, and it was lovely. So I would like to do that again, at least once, maybe more often. Summer at the Arboretum is where we go all the time. And I just want to make sure we get over there a couple of times and enjoy the summer stuff that the Arboretum has to offer. Use our pool. Y'all, wouldn't you believe it? We moved here in 2019. The first time I ever swiped our pool access card was Sunday. and that was just to see if the card actually worked. We had to find it, and that so we've never been to the pool. We've never used our pool ever. And so I went and I checked in case the people that came over yesterday wanted to go and use our pool. We had access to it. I have access to it. I can get into the pool. I also don't have a 9 to 5 job, so I can literally go to the pool while everybody else is at work. I need to use our pool this year. Um, beach read. There is a book on my shelf over there somewhere that I got like I think last August. And when I didn't read it, I was like, I'm just going to shelf this until next summer because you can't like read a book called Beach Read in the winter. So it's my summer. It's going to be one of my summer reads this year. Get and use a sun and sand candle from Yakin Candle Company. I am a Bath and Body Works candle girl through and through, but I also grew up on Yankee candles. And one of my mom's favorite scents that she always burned was sun and sand. And over the years, I started to associate that smell with summer. And I'm like, I really need a good summer candle right now because I'm in a use it up phase. We're using up these candles, and all of them are fall and winter scents. And so finally, I ordered 2 candles from Bath and Body Works. Oh, the lawn people showed up, which is exactly why I'm not filming today because I knew that they were coming, but I thought they were gone. Sorry. Um, so uh, bottom line is I need to go to Yankee Candle Company and get this candle and burn it because I want a candle that smells like the beach to me, and I know that I like that candle. Try a new ice cream flavor. So we go to this one particular ice cream place during the summer. It's like when we go, we either buy ice cream from the store. Now I make it in my Ninja Creamy, but like when we go out, like our special dessert is to go to this ice cream place that's only open for the summer. And we have our set ice cream flavors, right? Like there's one ice cream flavor, 2 ice cream flavors now, because I think that it was limited edition last year. One of the best ice cream flavors I've ever had. It was like blackberry lemon pound cake. It was so good. And apparently it's back this year, and I'm so excited about it. But I get so tied to my ways that when I go places and find something I like, I tend to order the same thing over and over again. So one of our visits, I have to order an ice cream flavor I have not tried before. That's the goal. And then the last thing I wrote down was go to the ceramics place. One of my husband's and my favorite dates to go on, we did it at least once a quarter when we lived in Chicago, was go to a paint your own ceramics place because we had one 15 minutes away from our house. We have not gone to a paint your own ceramics thing since we've moved here. And we keep meaning to. I have things for the house like I would like to get, like another fruit bowl. And I was like, I would like to paint one. I want to paint a bowl specifically for my cherry tomatoes because I keep buying cherry tomatoes and then I have no place to put them because you're not supposed to refrigerate tomatoes until they're cut. If they're whole, you do not refrigerate them. And so I don't have a place to put them. I'm like, I just need to go to a ceramics place and paint myself a tomato bowl. And so I want to do that as well. So that's the list I have so far for my fun list. Is there anything that I should be adding to my fun list? I can't decide. What about painting my toenails hot pink? Something like that. A bright, obnoxious summer color. Summer pedicure. What else needs to go on there? Keeps coming up for me. I saw pastaless salad on TikTok. Look really good. Need to embrace more meal preps and friendly salads. Yes, a friend of ours brought pasta salad yesterday, and I had the leftovers for lunch, and it was so good. Painting your nails blood red. I'm not a red nail polish person unless it's like a deep red or a fall or winter red. I have to have a red that is within my color season because I'm way in the color seasons now. But like, I don't look good with like orange nails or yellow nails or like warm toned things. So it would have to be the perfect red. But what I could do is again like with the bright uh, pedicure of like pink, I could do pink. I could nail pink. Summer colors aren't exactly bright. It's true. There are some, and our brightest colors are actually shades of pink. Those are actually our brightest colors. Like the raspberries and things like that. Those are our brightest colors. So I kind of start to eke into winter colors in the summertime from a perspective. Um, but yes. So that's what's going on, y'all. Do you have any questions? Any things that you want me to elaborate on or discuss? I just felt compelled to share this with you and didn't feel like sitting down and filming and editing a thing or getting my makeup put on. So I didn't. Orange and yellow nails sound like fun. Yeah, not for me, but for you, knock your socks off. Knock your socks off. Now, to be fair, I do have an orange and a yellow that don't look terrible on me. Let me show you. It's like a mango orange. So it came from the Olive and June set that I this tells you how long it's been since I put actual nail polish on my nails. Maybe I should do that. I haven't had no nail polish on my nails for several weeks now because I'm trying to get um this greenie. I got a greenie from the last time I had dip powder on, and you're not supposed to. How about buying a bikini? I actually own two. I should put on there, wear my blue bikini. I have one that is a more modest bikini, where it's like high rise and whatever. And then I have one that's a little bit of a sexier bikini. And I have yet to wear that one. That's what I should do. That's a great idea, Rosemary. Wear my blue bikini. That was a great one. That's because that also checks off like the whole like honoring my body confidence stuff. Like that actually plays right into one of the goals. That's a great one. So this yellow doesn't look horrible on me. And this orange also doesn't look horrible on me. They look fine. Now, I have never worn these on their own without like a cool toned color to balance them out. So like I've worn the whole rainbow collection where there's like a pink, blue, purple, orange, and yellow on one hand. So it's like one nail is one color and one nail is the yellow. Um, so I've done that, but I've never done like the whole hand orange or yellow. Never owned a cute bikini, but I'm not opposed to the idea if I ever get an opportunity to go swimming. You don't need it to go swimming. You can just do it to lay out. But please wear SPF. We are in a day and age now where we know that SPF is important. Sun protection is important, and skin cancer is very, very easy to get. So if you plan to be a sun worshiper this summer and spend a lot of time outside, please wear your SPF. This has been your public service announcement. Thank you very much. All right, friends. So that's everything. That's everything. And I feel very jazzed about this. Feel very excited about it. I want to tape it to my desk so I see these things and I'm always paying attention to them and remembering that they are my intentions. And maybe I'll update y'all like a month in and be like, how did I do? Am I actually working on these things? Because I feel like if I can accomplish waking up every day with these as my intentions, I'm gonna have a pretty freaking good summer. I have no idea what it will mean on the scale. I have no idea what it will mean for a lot of things, but it'll be a pretty good summer, you know? Um, and it's not worn by your face. You can enjoy the colors you might not want to wear in a shirt on your nails. Yep, it's true. It's true. I hope you have an amazing summer. Thank you, Rosemary, and thanks for coming and hanging out with me for a little while. I am gonna let y'all go because this video got very long. But take care. Thank you. Come back tomorrow because even though it feels like Monday, it's actually Tuesday, which means tomorrow is Wednesday, and that means it's Wellness Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. So my live stream will be at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time, and I hope to see you all there. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to me talk about my summertime plans, and I hope you all had a wonderful holiday weekend if you had one. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.